likelihood is that it'll be 2. Yeah, Jan?
Is it common to add the D as well in other?
It's not common, and it's also not uncommon. I would not say it's the majority of cases are pass, D, fail, but it's not something that I geniusly came up with.
So why isn't 60 to 69 a D anyways?
Yes.
So if you got a D in the class, you're not eligible for pass, fail.
That is
That's
correct.
essentially what you're saying.
The basic idea is that while this will alleviate many fears of grades and what grade you get when registering for classes, it still requires a certain level or a certain academic standing to receive a passing grade. Well, while D is still actually technically a passing grade, but it'll show up on your GPA as a D.
Question. A student is allowed to take 2 to 4 pass, D, fail, or if they wanted to take 1, is that?
That's fine. They can take none if they want. They have the opportunity to take.
So they're allowed
Up to 4.
there's a big difference to 4.
I would say up to 4.
Yeah.
Makes the most sense. That's a
Friendly
good point, Nick.
I had somebody else ask me a question, and I thought it was not obvious, but it was someone was asking me why the professor doesn't know the status of the person. And I'm curious, I was thinking just because like why would they?
In discussions with certain professors at the school, I've found out that they are not friendly to the idea of such a system, and that they will go into the course assuming a student taking their class as a pass, D, fail will be working less hard.
Okay.
And so that's to get rid of any sense of, oh, you're not taking this as a regular student, I'm going to penalize you. Yeah, Luke.
So I think 95% of the feedback I've gotten from my constituents has been positive, and I think I'm definitely in support of this. Today at dinner, 2 people wanted me to bring up some problems they saw with this. One was that it might be disrespectful to certain professors to take a class aiming for a C, and they fear that maybe we'll start aiming for C's. My response is there's only 2 classes here, and many of us won't aim for a C. But I understand that fear. They wanted me to raise it, and I think that was the main one. Simply wanted me to ask.
I've gotten that from both students and professors as well, and my reaction is the same. It's A, it's only 2 courses, and B, we're here at Middlebury. We're probably not going to aim for a C. We probably wouldn't have gotten into Middlebury if we've spent our academic career aiming for C's. That being said, yeah, I mean, if I'm taking a full course load and I'm taking 1 pass, D, fail, that would probably be ranked number 4 in my, yes, in my prioritization list. Thank you. But that can also be viewed as a positive fear, is that say you have a student taking organic chemistry, and they don't have the ability to only take 3 courses that semester because they don't have APs or anything or something like that. And they could take a 4th class, pass, D, fail, not put as much attention as they would normally put onto it to get that A or the B plus or the B, but get the C. It's still, I still think C-level work isn't, technically speaking, C-level work is supposed to be adequate work. Granted, we could then get into a discussion of grade inflation, but as long as I don't want grade inflation. Yes?
In response to what you just said, it occurs to me that to assume taking a class aiming for a C grade is to overlook actually what this institution, like the principle upon which this institution is founded, wherein we're not here to get grades. Yes, grades affect grad schools, affect jobs, but really we are here to learn. And if a grade is impeding learning, that it should be the primary concern. That's the way that I see it, which isn't condemning what you were just said, but in response to those constituents, that's kind of how I think about it. Is that fair?
No, well said.
Yeah.
Can the counterpart a minor?
No one ever brought that up. That can be discussed with, I honestly never actually thought about that. I would say sure, mostly because the minor doesn't even show up on your diploma.
Yeah, but I could also see someone arguing a minor's not that many classes anyway.
That's also true. So, again, because this is a resolution, this is not the final plan. This is what we will bring forward to the Educational Affairs Committee, at which point I'm sure they will turn on its head and do what they will with it. So that will be a question that I can bring, and Ms. Cabinet can bring. Yes?
One question that someone had as well was whether or not pass-fail to the extent that this was abroad. And I'm not sure if that's something that's been discussed. I know it's sort of like vague here, depending on whether you would consider Middlebury schools abroad, Middlebury College, and what you would.
Right now, I'd say it probably won't be, just judging by the fact that our school abroad system is so stringent in that it counts towards your GPA and the grades matter. The administration really doesn't want study abroad to turn into a vacation, and I doubt they would let you. Also, maybe, yeah. So that's probably, yeah.
Something that was brought up by one of my constituents was that they were wondering if you could take both your pass-fail classes in the same semester.
No, maybe I should add that. You would be limited to one semester.
That's my thought.
I would suggest that as a
Student will be left there before passing, but most of it is or tenure, and no more than one per semester. Yeah.
I know something else we discussed briefly was the idea that someone, if someone was taking a class that's technically in their major, they're not trying to their major, or they're taking an extra poli-sci class, or already fulfilled. Do you think that's work? I guess I feel like some truth. Does that work?
Adding to the bill.
Or is that kind of?
I mean, that gets into gritty details that we should certainly bring up as it's brought through the different stages. If everyone feels strongly to add that, we can.
But I think as of right now, like, I'm taking 2 classes for my major, and they both will count because they're senior seminars. And I think they would take the first one unless I held them. I want the second one to count for my major GPA. So I'm assuming that's how this would work. It's like it wouldn't count unless you specifically.
Right. The way I'm envisioning it is, say you need 10 courses, which includes a senior seminar. As long as there are 10 courses plus a senior seminar that have been graded on a regular scale, you get your major. It's not that you can't start taking pass-fail until you complete it. As long as you get it. As long as you fulfill your requirement before you graduate, it's fine.
So is that saying you would take your pass, if you're going to take a pass-fail class within your major discipline, could you take it, assuming you plan that you're going to finish everything out, could you take that pass-fail class like in the middle of your
Sophomore year, I mean, it puts the pressure on you to make sure you get that.
But
class,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, that puts it on the line of whether you get your diploma or not. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that I've heard about this, and by a lot I mean from certain individuals, is the fear that it might impede people fulfilling a major or getting their diploma. And my response to them is that a part of this is personal responsibility, and that's why I like the D in it, is that it adds the onus on, it keeps the onus on the student to do his or her work. This is not a free ride. It's not a pass, so to speak. Yeah.
Just going into the details about implementation, just so everyone knows, Senator Colbaum and members of my cabinet, specifically Chief of Staff Mikeman and Georgia Wright Simmons, Director of Academic Affairs, will be piggybacking this legislation until it is implemented by the Faculty Council. And that is, we don't know if they're going to pass it, but if they don't, we'll talk about some contingency plans. And then we'll see how it gets implemented department by department, major by major.
Take to the streets.
We'll take to the streets and we'll have a walkout. But I just wanted to say that first I want to thank you for bringing this to the floor. This is and in my 4 years here, this is the most important piece of legislation I've ever seen. Of course, it was one of my central campaign promises, and you have my full support. I will vote for this bill. Thank you.
Right. So do we have any more comments, questions, and opinions on the actual wording of this?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
What are we motioning?
I didn't hear what
Vote to vote. Yes.
Point of order. We need to vote on the motion and then vote on the bill.
Yeah.
Okay, so all in favor of the motion?